es buena idea hacerles esperar. Les va a fascinar ver a alguien nuevo.
Nos ven desde el otro lado. Vienen todas las noches.
Y nos observan.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué hacen?
Te aplauden. A ti, Mina.
Hi, Ishana. First of all, thank you very much for your time and congratulations for directing your first feature film.
Thank you.
Big part of the film's terror and tension is created through the sound. For example, we don't see the monsters since the beginning, but we hear them. We hear the footsteps, their shouts, how they hit the glass. How did you work on the sound design to create this horror and tension without an image?
Yeah, I mean, I think I knew from the very beginning that sound was going to be kind of the major part of the storytelling with this idea of not showing anything for as long as I could. So I kind of wrote a lot of the kind of storytelling beats into the script in terms of sound design of like when you're hearing things. But it was very much a process of working with my amazing sound designer, Sylvain Belmar, and we kind of talked about like what we might be hearing and kind of sounds that could kind of poke your psyche and make you wonder if what you're hearing is real or not, and kind of always like riding that line of surrealism. So it was very fun. We kind of like have all these random elements that are in the sound design that he so wonderfully kind of brought together. Yeah.
I would love to know, how did growing up with your father's cinema and in his movie sets influences you in the making of The Watchers?
So, I mean, it's just, yeah, an innumerable amount of things. I think he sort of has helped me understand how to approach an art form and how to kind of treat it with respect and try and like aim for something you can achieve. So it's very much that kind of like guiding principles on if you want to do art, this is how you approach it. But yeah, it's mostly like, I think in this stage been so wonderful to have this crazy experience happening to me and have someone where I can turn to and be like, I'm feeling this thing, and he experiences the same exact thing. So that's really wonderful. I think it can be very isolating, so I feel lucky.
Did you learn anything special through these years that you say, okay, when I become a director, I have to have this in mind?
I mean, so many things. I think I've always wanted to create like a film set environment that feels chill and happy. So that's been something I've been like aiming for as I've started to do film and worked on different projects, is how to create an environment where it feels like no one's getting angry and no one's upset and everyone's having a good time. And you're just like in that state of play. So that's kind of I feel my journey as like an artist is how to make other people feel that same thing.
I was very interested in how you lived this, the making of the filmmaking of the film, because it's not only your first feature film that of course is a huge step, but also you're very young compared to other directors or to other crew members of the film. So how did you find the way of raising your voice and saying, yeah, I may be younger and with less experience than you, it may be my first movie, but this is my vision, this is my movie, and I want to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I was so kind of nervous and insecure the whole time, and I still am. So, but I think for me it was very much like knowing what moments to fight for what things, and being very as open as possible. I think like working with people who are so seasoned, you can learn so much from them, and they brought so much kind of, beauty and grandiosity to the experience. But yeah, it was just like, I think, trying to be as honest as possible about where I was at all moments, and if I didn't have the answers, not to pretend I did. So that was kind of, I think, like what allowed me to be open and move through the elements. It's
so nice to hear that young people also can raise their voice on their work. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, of course. Last question. What made you want to adapt the M. Shine's novel to the big screen?
I mean, it felt kind of so suited to being a movie. I think I really loved the experience of like going into a cinema and you're just lost. You're just kind of taken by a story. And I very much felt that way when I read the book, that this was just like something where you just forget about everything and you're kind of in this zone and trying to figure things out, and how refreshing that experience is. So just tried to like mimic that sort of experience in a theater form.
No es buena idea hacerles esperar. Les va a fascinar ver a alguien nuevo.
Nos ven desde el otro lado. Vienen todas las noches.
Y nos observan.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué hacen?
Te aplauden. A ti, Mina.